Hey everybody, this is Worre and welcome to networkmarketingpro.com. One of the common objections people like to throw up when introduced to network marketing is, I don't have the time. I'm so busy, I just don't have the time. I'd love to if I had more time, right? You hear that a lot? And I was looking today and online there was a recent Nielsen study that talked about television time. And would you like to know how much television the average American watches per week? On average, if you take everyone and you average them, it's about 27 hours a week watching television. Now, in network marketing, we can all imagine if they took 27 hours and devoted it to building their future versus plugging into the system like a battery in a machine, sitting there and being inundated with negative messages, being inundated telling them to buy things, being inundated with negative programming on feeling worse about themselves, typically. So let me give you some breakdowns. The under 24 category, they average about 22 hours a week. So it's less than the average, but you know why that is. They're sitting on their devices, not on television. They're watching YouTube, they're playing games, they're texting like crazy. Their brains are being sucked into a different device, but they're still spending as much or more time than the average in general. You know, one of the things that shocked me is the older a person gets, the more television they watch. They don't become wiser and say, no, I'm going to go in a different direction. They become more and more absorbed into the machine. If, for example, the average is 27 hours. If you're over 65, guess what the average is? The average is over 50 hours a week, 50.34, 50 and a half hours a week on average. That was the fourth quarter of 2013. If you're 50 to 64, it's almost 44 hours a week. If you're 35 to 49, it's about 33 and a half hours. If you're 25 to 34, it's 27 hours. And then it goes down from there. So the older we get, instead of becoming wiser and becoming more engaged in the world, we become less and less engaged in the world, less engaged in business, less engaged in contribution to others. How much contribution can you have to the world if you're spending 50 hours a week watching television? Take that 50 times 200 times 52. What is that? 50 times 5 is 250. 2,500 hours a year watching television versus building something that will help other people. I will tell you what, when people tell you they don't have the time, and I know everybody says, oh, I don't watch that much television, I don't watch that much television. The averages don't lie. What I will tell you, so next time somebody says, I don't have the time, you know, I don't want you to call them a liar, but I don't want you to believe their story either. What you need to show them is there's a better way than plugging into the latest television series. There's a better way than just becoming a super consumer, being told what to buy and how to feel and what to do. There's a better way than sitting on your couch. It's a big world out there. Let's get out there and contribute in it. So I hope that made sense for you. I hope it gives you a little bit more insight when you're talking to people, maybe a little bit more power, a little more posture.
Hey, my name is Worre, and if you're involved in the network marketing profession, I want to invite you to come to the Network Marketing Pro YouTube channel. Every week, we put out content on how you can become a network marketing professional. We have tips, ideas, strategies, interviews with million-dollar earners in the profession, interviews with global icons like Tony Robbins or Sir Richard Branson, lots of different things that we provide. They're absolutely free. Do yourself a favor, click on the link, subscribe to the YouTube channel, tell your friends to do the same, and I can't wait to see you there.